Hello there, the Uneducated Businessman here, and I want to do an update on the video I did on why you should never say I can't afford something. During that video I talked about going to buy a property that I can't afford, and we viewed the property, and as you always do when you see something you can't afford, you fall in love with it, and it's just weird, isn't it? Everything that's really expensive is what you want. You know, I gotta have this. You know, there's a million other houses a lot cheaper, and that's the one I want. But that's the one I want. So we're looking around this property, and I'm looking at my girlfriend. She's looking at me, and we're sort of like not trying to give too much away to the estate agent that we love it. We really love it, but in the back of my mind, it's like, shh, how do I pay for this? But as I said, I never say I can't afford something. In my mind, it's always, how can I afford it? Now, in normal times, affording this property wouldn't be a problem. Because of COVID, I own a gym. One of my businesses is a gym, and that's been closed for a year. So my earnings have taken an absolute hammering. I've had a torrid time over the last year and a half because I've had all the expenses to pay with this building I own. It's a large building, and equipment I lease, etc., and no money coming in. So going to the bank now with vastly reduced income is difficult to then get the finance I want to buy this property. So yeah, on my tax returns, they're far lower than they have been in the past. So it's making it hard for me to get the money together as a loan to buy this property. Now, I could, if I really wanted to, sell investments and put that money into that property. Now, I don't want to do that because my investments go like that, and property I think is going to go like that. I think the bubble's about to burst. Now, you may say, well, why are you buying the house then, you idiot? And I would make you right. You know, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I don't want to buy a house. I would prefer to rent for a while, let the market pop, and then buy in. But my girlfriend is desperate to buy. We've got a small baby, we've got another baby on the way. She wants a security, and there's a very old saying, happy wife, happy life, and I want to try to have a happy life, so I try to keep her happy, which means we're buying a property. Probably at completely the wrong time, but it doesn't matter, and this is how I justify it. I justify on the basis that I'm not actually buying the property, I'm buying the debt. I'm buying the debt. So the mortgage I'm buying is an incredibly low interest rate, really low. So that's what I'm looking at buying. I'm buying that money in at sort of 1%. Now, I know I can get way more than 1% on my investments in my business, so that can go like that, and this will stay the same. This debt, well, the debt will come down because it's a repayment mortgage, but I'm fixing the rate for 5 years. So I know for the next 5 years I've bought that debt in at 1%, and it's just slightly over 1%, but give or take, and it's not going to go up. So all I've got to do is make more than 1% on my money, and I'm covered and I'm happy. Even if the property prices do go down, I'm not bothered because I'm not looking at selling for at least 5 years, and hopefully by then they would have gone like that. We'll see. If they haven't, then I'll deal with that in the future. But anyway, I've kind of gone off track a little bit. What I wanted to say was, why, when I was viewing that property, in my mind there was these thoughts. How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to find the money? I know the bank's only going to lend me X amount. I know I've got money in assets that I could put into it, but these assets are going up a lot, and I don't want to take my money out of those assets. I don't have a lot of money in the bank cash-wise because I don't believe in having money in the bank. It doesn't make you anything, it loses you money. I'll do another video on that in the future, on why that's the case. But so how do I now come up with the cash? And as of today, I've agreed a price, and I'm about £50,000 short of where I need to be. The vendors are looking for a really quick sale. It's an empty property. I'm looking for a really quick sale because I want to get out and I want to get in now as soon as possible, and I'm 50k short. Now, I've got a obstacle. I'm not going to say problem because I don't look at things as problems. I've got an obstacle that I have to overcome. Now, there's various ways I can do this. One is I can go to people within my network and I can ask them for £50,000. And this is a real good tactic to get in the habit of doing, because there is money everywhere. There is huge, you have no idea how much money is out there. People have money everywhere. And what are they getting on that money if they've got it in the bank? Nothing. They're losing money. With inflation and with negative interest rates or very low interest rates, they're making nothing on it. So why not give that money to me so I can use it and give them a better return on it? Yeah? And people will do it. People will do it if you know them, if you get out there and you network with them, and if you're known to be trustworthy and honest and ethical, people will lend you the money. So I can now go out to my network, and I encourage you all, build a network of people. And you may think you don't know anyone with money, but you'll be shocked when you start talking money to people, especially English people. For whatever reason, we don't talk money. I don't know why it is. Americans, they seem really switched on to money and talking about money, and they're really interested in how people get money and how to make it. And it's a great way to be. In England, we're far more reserved. It's almost like money's a dirty word and we don't get involved. Talk about money. Bring up the conversation. Ask people how they make their money. What do they do? What sort of returns do they get? What could you give them if you had access to their money? And when you start these conversations and people can see that you're interested and see that you understand and see that you want to do things, then people come. And you'll be surprised, just by having conversations with people about what I do with my money, where I invest it, what I buy, what I'm looking for from an investor, and what ultimately I will give an investor. It opens up avenues, it opens up people's minds to wanting to do business with you, and then let you know, subtly usually, that they could have some money to invest if the right deal come up. So, and that's just through conversations, and I've had lots of conversations with people over the years, and I know lots of people now with money, so I can now probably quite confidently go out and say to someone, look, I need £50,000. This is what I'm prepared to give you over this period of time, and you can have security because it's within a property, blah 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 blah, and I can attract the money to me that way. And the more people I asked, the more chance I've got of getting it. If I go out and I say to one person, can I have 50,000? I get a no. I have to be prepared to keep going and going and going. Now, that's, for me, probably plan B, if I really can't get it. My plan A, actually, is to go into more debt to get the money. Now, what I've done is I've actually invested £16,000 into a mentorship course to build my gym and to get leads inflowing very, very quickly into my gym. I see this as a win-win. Actually, by going £16,000 into more debt, I'm actually now £66,000 short of the property. Of the property. So I've sort of increased my amount that I need to find, but I'm really confident with following this person's advice, following the methods they use, because I've done some research on this person. I can implement very, very quickly techniques into my gym to drive cash and to really drive it hard and to really improve my membership, really improve my upsells, really improve the works my PTs are getting, and bring more money in. And conversations I've had with this person are that within the first 30 days, I would have recouped at least my investment, and then from then onwards, a lot of cash will be coming in. Now, that's a gamble. That may not work, but it's a gamble I'm prepared to take because I want to find the money to buy this property. So I will be prepared to put the effort in, put the money in, and do what I'm told. And that is so important. I'm not going to be looking at his system and changing it and doing my own thing because I'm paying for that system. So it's literally going to be monkey see, monkey do. Whatever he tells me to do, I will do it. and hopefully it will work, and then I'll get the cash in and boom, I'll buy the property. If I can't, if that backfires, then instead of going out and asking the market for 50,000, I'll be going out and asking the market for 66,000, and I'll get that money from there, and then I'll complete on it. But I wanted to do the update on the video just because I know a couple of people have said we come from different circumstances, we have different opportunities. You know, the higher up you go, the more opportunities you have, and I get that, I do understand that. But the crux of the matter is we all have access to the same people. They're all there. It's just how you get to them, it's how you find them, it's how you communicate with them, it's how you talk to them. Very, very easy to get other people's money working for you if you can make that money work for them. Yeah, if you can say to me, Lee, there's an opportunity here, I will give you X amount, but I need X amount, and this is the deal, and I've got that money, and I can see that's a good deal for me and a good deal for you, it's a win-win, then there's a very good opportunity for me to invest in it, and you get what you want. And it's just about talking to people, it's having these conversations, it's thinking all the time outside the box. Never, I can't afford it, how can I afford it, how can I get it? And my brain is literally working over it. I haven't slept for a couple of days because I'm so excited about this house, and I'm really excited about how I'm going to pull the deals together, how I'm going to get everything dotted and crossed and signed, and have that cash to then just push over and say, there, you know, I've done it. And to me, it's a game. It's an exciting game that I love playing, and I know when I move into that property, I will be like, wow, I did it, I achieved it, and it'll be worth so much more to me that I was short and I come up winning, rather than just going to the bank and saying, give me the money, signing on the dotted line and getting it and having it. Because I worked for it, I achieved it, and I made it happen, and I didn't say no, I didn't quit. And that's what I'm doing. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be really working hard to bring leads into my gym, generate the cash, bring the cash out, put it into the property, or if it does fail, come up with other ideas to get the money. Never think you can't afford it, always think, how can I afford it? I hope that was helpful. I'm the Uneducated Businessman, over and out.